Hello and welcome to this tutorial. In the previous tutorial, we learned how to import the dataset in RStudio. And now, we're finally going to start preparing the data so that our machine learning models run correctly. The first problem that we have to deal with is the case where you have missing data in your dataset. This happens quite a lot in real life, and so you have to know how to handle this problem so that your machine learning models run correctly. Let's have a look at our dataset in RStudio. As you can see, we have two missing data entries. The first one, we have a missing data entry in the age column for Switzerland here, and there's an entry missing for the salary entry here for France. Missing data or missing entries are denoted by NA, as you can see here. So, how can we handle this problem? Well, the first idea would be to remove the lines or observations in which there is missing data. So we could remove the age here for Switzerland and remove this line here for France. However, this would be very dangerous because these lines could contain crucial information. Removing an observation could be quite dangerous, and so we need to figure out a better idea how to handle this problem. Another idea that is actually the most common idea to handle missing data is to take the average or the mean of the column with the missing data. So here, we are going to replace this missing data with the mean or the average of all the entries in this column. This is the strategy we are going to use. We are going to have to handle the two missing data entries separately. We are going to start with the missing entry of the age column for Switzerland. We need to take our data set, and now to select the age column, we just add a $sign here and select age. So by using dataset $age, we are taking the column age of our dataset, and then we are going to add equals, and we are going to add an if-else statement. So if else, in the if-else function, you have to input three parameters. The first parameter is your condition, the second parameter is the value you want to input if the condition is true, and the third parameter is the value you want to input if the condition is false. So let's input the first condition, and the condition is going to be is.na, and then parentheses, data set $, then we select the age, comma, and that's it. Is.na is a function that tells if the value in the function is missing or not. So by putting is.na dataset age, we are checking to see if there are values in the column age that are missing. So this will return true if an entry in the column age is missing, and false if there is no entry in the column age that's missing. And that's the condition. And now the second parameter is the value that is going to be returned if the condition above is true. And of course, if the condition is true, that means that there is a missing entry, and that means that we have to replace it with the average value of the entries in that column. So here we are going to input as the second parameter the average of the column age. There's a simple way to compute the average in R. So here we just press enter and take av, then in parentheses, dataset $sign age, comma, we are going to put a function, another function here, which is the mean function. So in capital letter fun is equals to function, then parentheses, x inside, we're going to go out the parentheses, and then we are going to add the mean itself because we want to specify what function is this. So mean, then another parenthesis, x, I'll explain this, comma, na dot rm, and then is equals to true in capital letters, like that, and that's it. So we go outside two parentheses just to make sure we are outside the parentheses, a comma, and then enter. So here we just made a function and specified what that function is going to be, and it is the mean function, and that's the second parameter. And now we need to add the third parameter, which is going to be the value you want to return if the first condition is not true, which means that there is no missing entry in the age column. So here we are simply going to put the dataset. So dataset, and we want the age column, so age, and that's it. By typing this, we replace the missing value in the column age by the mean of the column age itself. So, select the line of code and press Ctrl or Command plus Enter to execute. Now, if we take a look at our data set, we will see here for Switzerland that this missing value that was denoted by NA has now been replaced by the mean of all these values in the age column. If you want to test it for yourself, you can take a calculator and just do the math, and you'll see that that is the mean of the age column. We're going to do the same for the salary column. So let's just copy the whole of this, copy like that, and then paste it there. Then we're just going to replace this with salary, like that. Everything in age, everything that's age, you just replace. And that's it. Now if we run this code, select it, Command or Control plus Enter, then we come to our data set, and you can see it has been replaced by the mean of the entries in the salary column. Okay, perfect, and congrats. Now you know how to take care of missing data in R. That is the end of this tutorial, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. In the next tutorial, we will learn how to encode categorical data. You will understand why we have to do this. I look forward to seeing you there, and until then, enjoy machine learning.